Get traffic and weather first on the 5s, mornings and afternoons when you need it most. 89 WLS.
All right. On the Super Celebrity Highlight right now, the coach himself, Mike Ditka. Thank you very much, Coach, for being with us. Really appreciate it, as always. And today it was announced 2,000 former players are joining in this suit against the NFL for head trauma, that they believe that the NFL had concealed the risks of repetitive brain concussions until about 2008 or 2009, in which they did a study. And in that study, it showed, an NFL sanctioned study, paid for study, showed that the brain trauma for those who, and dementia, actually the onset of dementia, for those after the age of 50 was 6 times higher in the NFL community than it is in the general population. So now they're saying that the NFL was turning a blind eye to this whole thing. First of all, Coach, do you think that's true? And then we'll get into how they potentially have to change the game in the face of this lawsuit.
Well, do I think it's true? No. But, what I think doesn't matter. Listen, football is a dangerous sport. People get hit. Did the NFL hide anything from anybody? I don't think so. They provided an opportunity for people to play a game and make a lot of money. And that's basically what it did. Now, they understand that, like in anything else, there's risk involved. I mean, here's the biggest problem that I see, guys, and I'll tell you this honestly. When I played, my helmet was shell plastic with foam rubber inside of it. Mm-hmm. We were taught to tackle and block with our shoulders. Now, what's happened, the helmet has basically become a weapon because people have no fear when they put it on. You put the big face mask on it, they have no fear to stick their head in there. And what's happening, you have collisions with big, strong, fast guys hitting each other, and they're striking with their head. Now, what the league's trying to do is right. They're trying to hold the guys out. If they have a concussion, they can't play the next week. Is it enough? I don't know. Is it too little, too late? I don't know that either. But I know that it's kind of foolish to go back and say, everybody that had a boo-boo, I've had concussion. And I don't know what the ramifications would be. But I don't know where I'd be without football. So, I mean, I got to appreciate the fact that I was given an opportunity to play a game. It's a terrific game. Now, I couldn't find the NFL guilty about anything. Now, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe that's just me. Now, did they hide it? I doubt that they hid it. I think maybe they didn't know enough about it. I think the other thing is, in the old days, the team doctors were team doctors. They were paid by the team. And when you're paid by the team, your job is to get that guy back on the field. Right. Basically, I think that's what happened.
Put a little ice on it, tape him up, and send him back out on the field. Exactly.
It's the old saying, you get knocked out and they put 5 fingers up and you say 1, you're okay, go back in. We all did it. I mean, and another thing, too, it was kind of a macho thing, guys. They didn't want to stay out when they got dinged. And, there's something there. You don't want to leave your teammates out there without you. So, I mean, a lot of guys probably brought it on themselves, me included. But, I mean, could I hold the NFL wrong? No, I would never do that. I'm sorry.
And Coach, you make a great point too. I mean, nobody forces anybody to play the game, and the guys who are out there, they love the game. You got to drag them off the field. I mean, the most players don't retire because they've lost their love of the game. They retire because all the teams have told them, you know what, your days are done. And I just got to feel that a lot of these players, even if they knew all the risks, even a lot of today's players, Brian Urlacher just famously said recently he might not be honest about the nature of some of his injuries if he thought it was going to keep him off the field.
Well, I think Brian's right. I think a lot of guys had done that, and that's the reason we're having some of these problems now. But the dementia, there's no question. The statistic you gave is so much higher than ex-football players. You look at the guys like Mike Webster, and I can go on and on and on. Jim Ringboy, guys, a lot of them were centers too that got this. So, and when you say, well, why would a center get it more than somebody else? Well, because the old saying was, you tee off on the center, you hit him in the head with a forearm, you beat up the center, you break up the snap between the center and the quarterback, things like that. Now, whether that's the reason or not, I don't know. But it's a shame that it's come down to this. I'm really feel bad about it.
Would you suggest, because lawyers are going to get involved in this, they already are. I mean, now you got 2,000 people in the class action suit. NFL is taking this very seriously, and they will they'll require a change in the game. I mean, however they decide to settle this suit, there will be a change. What change would you suggest? Is there any way you could see it? Because I don't think you can really turn the screw backwards here in terms of the way the game is played.
No, you can't, and that's the problem. You say, well, you want it to be a safe sport. The only thing I would say right now is, you look at rugby and you look at sports like that where there's not as many concussions, and I think the helmet has a lot to do with it. The face mask has a lot to do with it. Take the face mask off the helmet. Let me see how many of these tough guys stick their face in there. I mean, I think it's a whole different situation. Now, I wore a single bar for years. And then when I finally got to Dallas, because I had some teeth knocked out, I wore it a little bigger. But I never wore the full cage. So when you take that face mask and put it on that helmet, I mean, I tell you what, people feel invincible, and I think that's what's happened. Now, can they change that? No, I don't see how they're going to change it. I really don't. You asked me a question. I just know one thing. If you took the face mask off, a lot of these guys wouldn't stick their head in there. I'll tell you that right now.
It's a very interesting solution.
I don't know what you say. Pardon?
That's an interesting solution because I think there's a lot of guys. Obviously, they're selling the marketing around the game has changed so much. They're selling their faces now. Yeah. I mean, that's they got to be on TV. I mean, they go on like you have done. They go to the desk at ESPN or at Fox or CBS or wherever it happens to be, and they want to look pretty. So
well, I agree with that. I like I said, I wish if I had an answer or that magic wand, I'd wave it and everything would be good.
Yeah.
I just the lawsuit thing. It bothers me a little bit that these guys made a career out of playing football. They made a living out of it. They became who they are because of sport, not because of the college education they got. Football is what made them to be noted. So all of a sudden, turn back and say, well, the NFL. They lied to me back then. Well, they didn't lie to you because you knew what the game was. You knew what the game was when you got into it, junior high school, and college. It's a tough sport. Now, if you want to change the sport, then, you may call it soccer. I mean, you could call it a lot of things, but it wouldn't be football. And I don't think it would be as popular as it is worldwide if it wasn't played the way it's played today.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much. Appreciate your time.
All right, guys. Take care.
Mike, Ditka.
Coach.
Not a lot of people have suggested that yet. Take the face mask off. I mean, there has been talk about the helmet is too good.
Right. Because of that air of invincibility.
Right. But no one has really gone with if you take the face mask off or put the leather back on, look out! leave it up to the coach for that.